Hello guys, welcome to my channel on Tech. This is Sandeep Cole here. I hope you all are doing good. So today's video which I'm going to take is on SRM, and today I would like to take a very basic aspects of any application. That is basically how you can export the data. Now you know that I have already taken videos on SRM, my IT DWP, like where you can build catalogs, how you can define. That's more and internal to the application. But now this is something which is very critical, and which you will not find anywhere in BMC documentation or anywhere. That is basically, if you go here, this is a service request management definition form where you can define all your SRDs, you can define your questions. So if I go here, so it will basically, here I can add all my questions here. Okay, questions, variable, then define mapping, sorry, mapping for this SRM. Now now let's say I want to export this data. So there is no straightforward way to do this. So that is what I'm going to explain to you. It's even something, it's even difficult for me, but I will try to explain you or give you an overview of what exactly it is there when it is exported, and how to understand that what is what. Okay, so for example, take example of this one. It will be applicable to all your SRDs which are exported. Now before we proceed with this one, let me close this. The basic thing is how you will export the data. That is up to you. You can use Spoon, you can use BMC reporting itself. For example, I'll select this, select all records, and then click on report. Then I'll create either a web report or a normal AI report and export the data. But it is something tedious. So the best way I would suggest is to go to database. So database also, you can go here, and you can export the data. So now the form which you need to basically look for is, one is for, if you, first of all, we have to export service request. So that is this. So this is a simple form, export. You can export it through database. You can export it from here also. It is one and the same thing. So the only thing you will need here from is title, description, and categories. You can also take other fields, but mostly it is title and categories. So you can use either database or you can use application to export it. Now the main important thing is these questions. So I have already shown you these questions here. So where exactly these questions are stored, that is what we are going to see, because this is something very important when you are migrating the SRM, or when you are moving it to a different system. Then you need this information. Okay, but this is not something which is easily available. So if you see, there is a hierarchy also developed for questions. Like for example, this is asset type, laptop, model of the laptop. So this is all hierarchy, and you can export all this data, but it is little complicated, which we'll try to solve today. Okay, so let me close this. Now if you go for export, so what you need to do, I'll just showcase you the forms. So there is a join form called SRM colon question SRD underscore def underscore choices underscore conditions underscore questionnaires. Okay, if you are exporting it, you can directly go here, as I have showcased you. If I go here in the browser, so here also you can open it through your mid-tier, and then you can export it through BMC Remedy mid-tier, or you can use Spoon to export this data. Now the data, how it is linked in this form, that is something which we need to understand. So we have an SRM form which I already showcased you. That is this one. If I go here, yeah, this one. So this is something you will directly export. So there is an ID for every record you have. You have also service request definition ID, but there is an instance ID. Okay. Now if I go to this form, this questions form, here also there are multiple IDs you can see here. I'll showcase you what is the significance of them in the Excel itself. Now you can see here there is this SRD ID. So this is a linkage between questions and your SRM request. So this SRD is an instance ID of all the service catalogs. So if you search with this as a, in this particular ID, you will get all the questions for the service catalog. But it is something which is not straightforward. Okay, that is what we are going to understand today. Then you have your instance ID for questions, and if there are, you know um, if there is a hierarchy created, then there is a sub questions instance ID that we will understand. So now if I go here, it's a simple query. You can select all from this and then run it. So just make sure that when you are searching it, sometimes the DB, because the name is in it's a huge name, or with the characters are more. So what database does, it basically truncates it. So you have to just figure this out, which form is the exact form where you need to extract the data. But it is more or less quite simple to understand. Okay, so now when you will, you know get the query, so export this data in a CSV, in an Excel, whatever format you need, then you will get it here. Okay, in the Excel, something like this. You get something like this. So what I have done, I have just sorted out based on the that particular record, which is IT asset request. So in my form here, if I go back to my form, so let me again select this IT asset. We'll take an example, only one, because this is something which has all the hierarchies available to us. So I'll just take an example of this one for for understanding. Okay, so we have these set of questions, then I have this conditional questions, asset type, laptop. Now when you will export the data, it will not be put in any conditions. It will be straightforward. You will get one row for each record, because this question, this the data in this form, if in this form, in your definitions form, this is a join form, it is stored in a one row for each question. Okay, but there are linkages. That is what we need to understand. Okay, now first of all, as I said, there will be an SRD ID. That will be something here. Yeah, there will be an SRD ID for each question. Yeah, it is here. Okay, now when that's the most important thing. When you will export this data, you will not get SRM title. For example, here you can see I have linked. I've got this SRD title. This is something I have extracted myself. So what you need to, this is something you need to figure out through Excel. You need to write this query. You need to do a VLOOKUP based on the SRD ID, this one. So if when you will export your service request definition data, with that you will also export the instance ID. So it will be something like this. It will be something like this. Okay, then you will get instance ID, SRD title. Then I go here. So here what I can do, then I can do a VLOOKUP. In the VLOOKUP, what I will do, I will, for each question here, I will get my SRD ID. Okay, so VLOOKUP, you can Google it. Something very simple. You need to define a table on which you are searching. For example, I have put this in sheet 2. You can also do this. Put your SRD instance ID and SRD title in the sheet 2. Then I will try to match that SRD instance ID with SRD ID from my questions. From here, there is an SRD ID here also. Questions, yeah, there is an SRD, there will be an SRD ID here. Yeah, it's here. Not this one. Yeah, this one, SRD ID. So what you need to do, you need to just do a VLOOKUP, and then based on that, you will populate this particular field. You can place it here or anywhere, wherever you want. So what you will do in the end, you will get this title. Based on this lookup, you will get this title. Okay, so now once you get a title for each and every question, that's the first step you will be doing, because this is not something which will be exported. There is no SRD title in this form, in the questions form. So first thing, you will do a VLOOKUP using an using a table which will have instance ID, SRD name, and description in a different sheet, which is sheet 2 for me. Then what you will do, you will do an VLOOKUP to get this SRD title for each questions. Now let's understand how the data is. Now, as you know, we have hierarchy is also created here in this asset form. If I go here, so I have data something like this. Okay, employee ID, name, cost. Now all the questions which are placed at first instance, sorry, which are at level 1, that is these all questions, login ID 1, employee name, these are all level 1 questions. There is no condition, so it will be defined here as question 1111. That means it is at level 1. Okay, so all these questions, if you see here, this is cost code, sorry, cost center owner. If I go here back, these are level 1 questions. Okay, now I have something called model of the laptop, type of the keyboard at level 2. This is what we will understand. Now let me go back here. Now I have this asset type. Okay, so this asset type, if I search here, this will be also there, but there are around 9 records. Why? Because this is a conditional question. Okay, so it is, you can see here, let me go back to the row. So I have question number and choice integer. That means at what level this is. So I have asset type, I have, this is at 1 level, that means this asset type has 3 levels. Okay, I'll explain you how. Then at, also it has asset type, it has records at level 2. So you can see in asset type, I have laptop, I have IT accessories, and I have printer. So let me see where how exactly I can get it. So I will say asset type. So let me see what is there in the, so level 1. So level 1, I have a laptop. Okay, so but there are 3 entries. I will explain you why there are 3 entries. Okay, then I have IT accessories, that also 3 entries. If I go here, laptop, IT accessories, and printer. So similarly, I have 3 entries here. Now if I go here, I open this laptop, then I have this model of the laptop. So this is placed second. Okay, so I have IT asset, laptop, and model of the laptop. So basically these are 3 rows defined in your sheet. So if you see here, I know this is a little complicated, but I'm just trying to explain you basically how the data is formatted, so that it gives you an easy understanding in case you are building these questions. Okay, so let me go back here. So I have asset type, not here, yeah. So there are 3 entries created. Why? Because I have 1, 2, 3. So I have, if I go here, I have 3 sections: laptop, IT accessories, printer, then again laptop, IT accessories, printer, because these again are conditions. Okay, so I have these also defined as conditions. Now if I go back here to my questions, so I have laptop, then model of the laptop. Okay, so laptop is again a condition. If I go to IT accessories, it again is a condition. So IT accessories, again there is a condition called IT accessory, then again I have keyboard, monitor, and this mode of the monitor and type of the keyboard. So here I have again in printer, I have select printer. Now if I go here, how I will see this? So if you go to IT accessories, sorry, let me go to printer. So I have this select printer, Yeah, let me, no, 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 sorry, let me go back here. Let's not go because this is something not there. So let me go back to this part only. So we have laptop, we have asset type, we have laptop, we have model of the laptop. So I will say asset type. Okay, this is it one line. Then after asset type, what I have? So I have laptop. So that is already I have showcased you that I have asset type as the condition is laptop. Now if I go back here in my data, not here. So just wanted to explain you how is it basically defined. Okay, so if you go here in laptop, so there is a conditional user. That means if you go in the sheet, there also will be a column called conditional user. So that means this is a condition. Okay, so based on this, you can also create a pivot table or a chart to define that what condition, which fields are defined as a condition. So this conditional user laptop is a condition. Okay, then there will be a choice label laptop. That is the first one. Then I will have again this one as level 2 defined for the for the condition. So here also you will see I have second option as IT accessories for asset type. Then I have printer. So these are the three options I have. Similarly for IT accessories also, it will create three types, three entries. Okay, IT accessory. Here also you will see IT accessory, then IT accessory. Okay, then if I go down here, not here. Okay, now as I said, this I already explained to you that this is simple. You have these are all text fields. Then this is a dynamic this cost center owner. We will come to it. First of all, let's understand this. Then if I go here, you can see there's an what type of condition this is. This is a radio button. Okay, so all time whenever you see a condition, this will be a radio button or a static menu or a query menu dynamic. So it will also define you that. So here if I go down, then what is the type of the condition that is defined here, whether it's a single choice, multiple choice, and what is the conditional user. So if I say here again IT accessory, then I have this one printer. Okay, so same way I have this data in Excel sheet. I have printer. Now let me go here back to the data part. Okay, now we have to see second options. We have seen how it is defined. Now we'll see what are these options. A model of the laptop, model of the laptop, where it is defined. So it will be defined here itself. So you can see here it is defined here. So question order 2 means that it is the 2 down the hierarchy. This question 1 2 3 4 5 up till here, it is first these are first sorry, this is a question defined at level 1. So you will have this as defined at okay, so you will have this as level 1 questions. There will be a place. Yeah, so these are all question number. You can see here it is defined level 1. Now second most important thing is this one. You can see here for this one we have a question definition ID. This will be for every question. So every question will have its own instance ID or a definition ID. Now we will not have this ID for all the questions. So the base questions which are after that, there is no what you call hierarchy. So it will there will be no choice instance ID. So for example, this IT accessory, it has choice instance ID. Okay, but this will not have because this is the last question. So that means this is the option which is after that you don't have any options. This is the last question. Okay, so now if I go here back to IT accessories, then I can see choices. That means there is a second option. Okay, then again it is defined as 1 2 3 4. That means how many levels it goes to. Okay, then this is again the choice integer. This is like either it will have an integer. Then second thing it will define is whether this conditional user. on which the conditions are done. For example, this one is, I have this keyboard monitor, and here we have laptop and accessories, IT accessories, printer, laptop, IT accessories, printer. Why? Because there is a condition defined here. You can see here, IT accessories, keyboard, and type of the keyboard, monitor, then model of the monitor. So here these are all defined as a condition, but our main focus was this one, laptop. So here I'll go. Okay, now let me go to the third option. So for example, this I have model of the laptop. So I got laptop, model of the laptop. Select printer is the last option, model of the monitor. Then I will go here again. So it will be in the same row. The data will be here in the same row. But the thing is, you need to, why this I have multiple select printers, because if I go back here, see here, this is defined as a static menu, and it has these number of options, 1 2 3 4 5, right? Then you go here, if you see something values here, that means this particular field has this as values. So these are all static menus. Similarly, your asset type has a laptop as a value, asset type has an IT accessory, then asset type has a printer, but this one has these values. Then if I go to IT accessories itself, IT accessory also has a these options, keyboard, monitor, head, speaker. So this basically becomes a linkage. So if I go back here, go to IT accessories, sorry, type of keyboard. So now here you can see, for the type of keyboard there is a query filter or a menu filter. So it is basically searching this particular form, so that if you go here, type of the keyboard, okay, select type of the keyboard, if you go here in the left side, you will see here it will showcase you which form it is searching and what is the criteria based on what it is fetching the data. Okay, so this is all information available here for that particular field. Now if there is a static menu, as I said, for any field, that will be displayed here in the next section. For example, this IT accessories, it has multiple options here as static menus, that is why it is displaying them here as a. Similarly, select printer, it has these as static menus. Then asset type, it is also a condition based on which we have laptop. Okay, then if I go back here, so yeah, monitor, then mode of the monitor, again it's a mode of the monitor, again is a search. So you will see here, and again for the mode of the monitor, if you go here, you will. So basically these conditions are defined on on hierarchy. So if you, let's say now you want to see what conditions basically are defined, so then you can use these. You need to play with Excel, you need to define some pivot charts, tables, based on which you can define these, get the extract itself. Or you can, as I said earlier, first step is to associate your SRD title with the question. That is, you need to do through a this, using the VLOOKUP of Excel. You can do this to get the mapping. Then, as I explained you, this is how the data is. You will still need some efforts. I would not say this is a straightforward thing. I have explained you everything. You still would need efforts to basically massage the data, to formalize this data. But what my you know concern here was to give you an understanding of the hierarchy, how it is defined. Maybe if you come up with something else, or maybe there is some better option, you can share it with me, so I'll also get it. So but for me, up till now, I have only this much of, this is something which I was able to find and try to relate. Maybe there is some more relationships which you can, which so you can share it with me. Okay, I would say, I think we can stop. So if you have any questions, concerns, you can let me know. Okay, thank you.